Hi again guys, so we've got another GranTurismo 6 top speed tune for you today, and this time it's for the Mines Skyline. This is the N1 base model, which is the only premium Mines vehicle which features on GranTurismo 6, so far anyway. So you want your racing soft tyres. For suspension, we've got the ride height on 70, front and rear. Springs we've just rounded off to 1525 and 1325, dampers and anti-roll to 4. Camber on 2 and neutral toe as always. For the gearbox we've got an auto setting of 230 and we've rounded off the individual gears to 3.1, 2, 1440, 1075, 850 and 700 with a final drive of 3.2. For the diff, low initial torque, high acceleration and low braking, and we've got a torque split of 30-70 to reduce understeer at high speed. You want your high RPM turbo. And although I haven't fitted it, as always, I would recommend NOS. Downforce you want set as low as possible, and obviously you want weight loss. Traction control is, of course, turned off. Yeah, so this is kind of one of those cars which should be quicker than it actually is. Cars like the Red Devil, the Mines Skyline, the Mines Evo. Most of the tuner cars, to be honest, have a lot of power but don't really have performance that mirrors that power. I mean, it's a fair point that many of them also have quite a lot of downforce, but many of them also don't, and they're still not as quick as the mass production counterparts. This Skyline, for instance, it's running significantly less power than the standard premium R34, around 130-ish horsepower less, but it's far slower than that power difference. Now, it is still a reasonably quick car. It has a cruising speed in the 235 region, so it's definitely not slow, and it's all-wheel drive, so obviously it's quick off the line. But compared to the standard Skyline R34 premium model has 960-ish horsepower and cruises at 270, or over 270. So the difference between the two, considering the power difference, is significant really. I would have hoped that this car would have had a cruising speed more in the region of 250, if not 260 really. And maybe you can with a certain tune setup, but with this tune and, well, yeah, with this tune it does around 235-ish, as we said. And it doesn't feel like the kind of car that could do much more, to be honest. Maybe somebody somewhere has a tune to allow it to go much quicker and really release that potential. But it just feels like one of those cars that's kind of held back by the game. I don't know if it's one of those occasions where they fitted it with an unalterable flat floor situation or something like that, like the TVR Speed 12, but something like that has happened obviously with it, because the top speed should be quicker for its power. But like I said, definitely not a slow car. In terms of draft, it is fairly close to the Redline, because this is purely a top speed tune for the car on its own. So you probably get about mid to high 240s out of it with draft. So if you need it to do more than that, obviously just extend your final drive more, as always. But overall, it is a quick car and it handles really well. Acceleration's great and it looks pretty cool. So if you haven't tried this car out before, I would definitely recommend you give it a go. And that's it for this tune, so I hope you guys find it helpful. If you did, feel free to subscribe. I put out new tunes every day, and as always, thanks for watching.